early edition of the Independent Stylist Conference Call. This is a super exciting week because we have our retreat starting on Friday. And I know a lot of you got your tickets and have your, Tiff and I were at the Standard Hotel last Friday meeting with our hosts there at the hotel. And, oh wait, the screen is still on load. Okay, let me make sure you can see it. Let's see. Let's see if that works. Thanks for letting me know. There we go. So Tiff and I were down at the Standard Hotel on Friday. I know who can pay attention to what I'm saying when you're seeing Spring 2015 on the screen, by the way. All right, let's just admit that. But we'll get to that in a minute. So I am so excited for the retreat. Last year was awesome. Last year we were at a mansion in Malibu because we do things differently at Winnie Kat. And this year we're going to be at the super cool Standard Hotel in downtown LA. And we've got a lot of things, a lot of great things in store for you. Not only is it going to be fun and cool and chic and all that good stuff, but we're going to have a lot of good training as well and bonding. And on Saturday night, we have an event that's open to the public. So even if you're not coming to the retreat, and if you are or not, it's on Winnie and Kat Facebook events at a really cool restaurant. Tiff and I were down there. It's in a historic building in downtown Los Angeles on Restaurant Row, and it's in an old converted jewelry shop. And all of these things, like even in the Standard Hotel, the elevator that we were in is a historically protected elevator. So just really, there's a lot of history down there, and it's just going to be super cool. So Saturday night, you can invite. So especially if you know people, if you know people on Facebook, you met people, and want to build your team here in Los Angeles, and you're remote, it's an opportunity to do so, and you can invite guests, and so they can meet the other stylists and meet us at the home office and see if the opportunity might be right for them. So there's more information on that on Facebook. And let me see, I want to make sure. Okay, cool. Adrian, I see you on there. I might have to send you an audio pin. Let me see. Okay, I clicked to send you an audio pin, Adrian. Okay, so super excited about that. And today is the last day to get sales in to count towards your retreat dollars. And the way that works is posted on the retreat as well. And so basically, if you want, you'll be getting your $50 increments to be used towards the retreat. So make sure you get your sales in to qualify for that. And nice job, everybody. And I'm excited to see everybody who's coming. Now, there's still a lot of time to earn the Mexican Riviera incentive trip, and that I'm super excited for as well. This is crazy fun part about the job, and I've been waiting to announce our first incentive trip, and it's going to be that's going to be amazing. So there's more details, of course, on that on our website, and you can click on the Stylist Weekly link to learn how to earn that, and that's through March 31st. We're going to be revealing more details at the retreat, as well as details about spring. So I wanted to talk a little bit about what's to come and inventory, and Adrian's going to talk as well. And then, and happy MLK Day, everybody. By the way, I wanted to talk about that a little bit too, and why we're doing what we're doing in direct sales and the opportunity that we have. So, inventory. I know everybody wants to know what's going on for spring, and we're going to reveal more at the retreat. And I want to talk to you about fashion and about why fashion and why clothing is the best place to be in direct sales. Now, we're different, and we're different than jewelry. We're different than consumables, and fashion changes. And you gotta keep up, and you've also got to have your core pieces that everybody can count on. So at Winnie and Kat, we've got a core collection, and sometimes that changes based on trends and what your customers love and what you love to sell. And we've got the opportunity to make really fabulous made-in-the-U.S. basic pieces that are going to be your go-to pieces. The idea behind our fashions are pieces that, you know, those pieces that are in your closet that you just keep on going back to, and you may have had that same, you know, whatever it is, that same pair, that same skirt, or those same pants. Can everybody hear me? Shantae just said my sound is gone. Let me know if you can hear me. I might have to call back in. Okay. Shantae, they can hear me, so it might be yours, or I may have lost it for just a second. Okay, so and more information is going to be revealed on what's going to happen at the retreat, Anastasia. So Anastasia asked if we'll be able to buy new samples at the retreat. Possibility, but we'll give you more details on that. I'm not prepared to give those details right now. So anyway, so the way that we are. So you know, and I want to give you the most information as possible so you can have a successful business and you understand how to work our business the best to achieve your dreams and to achieve your goals. So as we have our core pieces, and sometimes we need to reorder, sometimes you might have to wait a couple of weeks to get, you know, like the soft high-low tea and black, things like that we'll remake, as you know, if something is back ordered in a size, and it's our obligation to you to get you the information as best as possible. So, and I appreciate your working with us on this. On the Stylist forum in the inventory update, you're going to be able. Can somebody text Shantae? Do you mind texting Shantae? And because I think everybody else can hear us, but Shantae's not able to hear us, so we're going to give her a text. Sorry about that. Saw that on the question box. So thanks, Tiff. So going back to inventory, I lost my train of thought a little bit. So it's on the inventory, on the Stylist Weekly, on the forum, we keep the inventory updated so that you'll be able to see and you'll be able to get real-time information as best as possible. We're also updating on the system. You should not be able to order something at a party that's not in stock. So the best thing to do is really to look at that list. Just look at it before the day of your party and just take a look. Now we're working on making a buffer system so that there might be a few pieces left, and we're going to take it out of the system just in case if there's a few sold at the same time. So again, like when you're at the party, I know that you've got a lot going on when you're at that party. You know, I want to make it as simplified and as clear and as easy for you. And so the communication, we're working on getting you the best communication as to what's available at the time. So if there's ever any questions about that, just let us know. You know, if you're about to have a party, if you're having a party tonight, just let us know. You know, what's I know Jackie and I have been working on this. Like, what do you have a lot of? What are we maybe low on? And if there's something that's not in there, because we're going to have this buffer system, you can ask us. So like there's certain items, like if there's a low inventory item, that is going to be on request so that you can ask us. So you might, if your customer really wants it, I'd rather you tell her, I don't think that we have these. I can check and see if there might be one available. Okay, so the great thing about fashion, and what we've noticed, and what I believe in building the company, is that the best, looking at the patterns and the best way, the best time that sales spike, the best time that sales increase, and that's when, you know, when you're able to introduce the new products to your customers, and also your customers be able to rely on the core pieces. And what I mean by core are pieces that are going to there might be pieces that are going to go from season to season. Like, for example, the boyfriend tee. That's a great basic piece that, you know, who doesn't want that in both colors? And then sometimes we've introduced that in fashion colors. We've had pieces come back. The long sleeve raglan, for example, has come back. People love it. People ask for it, and that's an item that some items you'll see they might not be introduced in new colors every season, but they're going to be reintroduced. Also, our day and night shift dress has been a core piece, and that core is still being defined based on demand. and based on what your customers want and based on fashion. And that's the fun part about fashion. The fun part is that we can provide something that makes women feel great, and we can also provide new things. So besides those core pieces, like the best tank ever, for example, and the soft high-low tee, which we'll do in basic colors and then also different fashion colors that you get used to, that you really know. And then it's really fun to introduce new pieces throughout the season. And this, you're going to find that is really going to help you. It's really going to help you to book parties. That's really going to help you to keep in touch with your customers. Now, Janessa had mentioned on the call that she keeps notes on what her customers like and what they say in parties and wish lists and things like that, so that when new things come up, like you're going to want to know if it's the wrap dress, you're going to want to know which customer loves those wrap dresses and those colors. So if there's any questions, let me know. I'm going to have Adrienne talk for a little bit. Let me make sure. Adrienne, are you there?
Oh, I was on mute. Sorry.
Give Adrienne a second. Hey, it worked. That was smooth.
Yes, it was. Happy.
That's very exciting.
Yeah, I just want to kind of piggyback on that as far as, you know, the educational piece of our collection and apparel. And the great thing about fashion, I actually want to go back to when you said, you know, it's different than a consumable. And actually, in my mind, I think it is a consumable because just like you have basic core skincare using as a consumable, you also have color, you have lips, you have eyes. So you do have a product, in my mind, that is consumable. So when we think about, for those of you that have never been in fashion before, think that you always have something on offer. And so as we build out the collection and as we add to the core, I love the fact just that you shared that about Janessa making those notes. You always have something to go back to, just as if you were offering a consumable. I think the only difference would be is that, you know, it's not on direct ship. But you know what? You never know. There could be a loyalty program down the line that could actually, you know, add that component to our business as well. And the other thing is, I know a lot of times in the field, we feel like we've seen the collection for a long time and people don't want to see it. So really, if we're growing our network and if we're working on our contact list constantly, it's always new to them. I have yet to meet a person or a customer or a hostess, unless she turns into a stylist, that has every piece in the collection. So I think as we approach this and as we approach spring in 2015, we really want to look at our mindset of our business and that we always have something to offer. And for those of you that have been with us, you know, over the last couple of years, you know, we always, you know, give you something to freshen your collection or to add to the piece or to add to pieces that your customers already have. So I think one of the things that we, like I said, we want to think about is how we look at inventory, how we position it. And it's really, you know, set up to really keep your business going throughout the year. So, for instance, on spring, that's going to be coming. We're going to be unveiling some exciting things in the coming weeks. But what I don't want you to do is focus so much on spring that you kind of sabotage the rest of your January and your February. So really figure out, you know, what that looks like. Set up that anticipation. You'll hear me say a lot of times, what you do today pays you in 90 days. So I know I've talked to a lot of you, and a lot of you are booking through February, and that's going to really set up your March. So you're going to see that we're going to give you just enough. There's going to be just enough, you know, reveal for February, and then that's going to really push you in to March and really capitalize on that April, May, and June month as we go into the summer months. So think of it as a consumable. You will always have something to offer, and it's always new to your customer. And the other thing, as far as inventory, you know, I come from a background of jewelry and handbags and accessories, and I've been on both sides of this inventory thing. And really, as a company, you don't want to be sitting on inventory. That's bad. You know, so you want to use that to really create a sense of urgency. It's really about, Winnie Kat is about bringing the boutique to your door, to your customers, to your hostesses. You have something that is very exclusive, which people that are in fashion, exclusivity makes their ears perk up. You know, it's kind of like saying Oprah. You know, it's just like when you hear that, it's like, okay, I want to be the first to have X, Y, and Z. So if you boutique shop, you know that there's a limited size run. Designers make limited size runs. So again, as you're booking your shows and as you're educating your hostesses and your customers and your new team members, create that sense of urgency that, you know, this is a limited collection. This could be a limited item. And that's actually a good thing because that creates the urgency, helping you build that customer base. And you will find that your sales per customer and dollars per trunk show will go up based on that sense of urgency. That's all.
Thanks, Adrienne. Thanks for helping. Thanks for sharing. Oh, can you guys, you know what, Adrienne?
Yeah.
Are you still there?
Uh-huh.
Some of the stylists could not hear you. We could hear here. It is recorded. Adrienne, you know what? I had it on speaker. Can you say something now? I want to make sure everyone can hear you right now.
Hello.
Talk a little louder.
Hello.
Is that better, you guys? Oh, that's better. Okay.
It
is better.
And I think heard that whole. I would love to repeat that, but guys, listen, I don't know what I just said. So, no, I'm joking. I'm not sure why you guys. I mean, because I'm on my headset, and I don't know. That's very bizarre.
That is weird. We could hear fine before. I'm not. Anyway, it's on the recording, but so I'll put that on Facebook. I'll post that on the forum right after the call, so you'll be able to hear it there. But okay. But thank you, Adrienne. And Adrienne did talk about inventory and had some awesome points. So please do go back and listen to it. And just to talk about that a little bit more, like the sense of urgency, we always want what we can't have, and we've been doing this now for 2 years, and what Adrienne said about not wanting to sabotage your current sales, your current parties with spring is so true. So I know, and I kind of like, I love when you're asking about spring, but we're not going to give you a lot of information until it's out, and that is when people know, like when something's coming out, your customers tend to wait. They want to wait and they want to stop buying. And you might even feel it too. And so it kind of happens like inadvertently, but when you see something new, like especially like, you're seeing a new outfit or something, because that's why we all love this, because we all love clothes and we all love our clothes. And it is super exciting to get new stuff. But the more that, you can sell the wear it now, the better you're going to be in spring. But I am showing you a little sneaky peek. Not going to say much about this picture, but it is super exciting. So, but yeah, so we will have some more reveals. But I'd rather have, if you think about like Apple and the line out the door every time you have a new product, and people do get super excited. And it's, if you think about it at your party, and you have, what would you rather say? There's a ton of these in stock, so you can order it at any time. Would you rather be able to say that, or say, I'm not sure if I can get this for you, so you better let me make sure I get your information now and check and see if it's there. I think they're still available. So that's going to get you that sale. So anyway, and so please do listen back on the recording to hear that. So if there are any questions, go ahead and type them in the box. And I just wanted to say, like, I was reflecting on MLK and this kind and direct sales. And before I got into direct sales, I learned about it from seeing other women who were in similar situations. I went through a divorce, and I had to, at that point, make some giant changes in my life, and I hit this turning point where I was deciding what could I do, like what would be a legacy career, like truly for I've got like the rest of my time on this planet, like how can I, and I do, like I look at living in America, like it is just such an opportunity for us. We are so lucky to be here, and we are so lucky to be able to have those choices And especially like as women and minorities, and I know there's a lot that we still have to overcome. It's not perfect, and there's still a lot of barriers. And direct sales is a way that it is an opportunity truly for everyone to do whatever you want to do. And people will ask me, well, why don't you have an application process like some companies do, or why don't you do that? And I truly believe that there's a great clip that if you haven't seen it, that Bill Clinton did with the Direct Sales Association. That's just awesome about direct sales and the American dream, and you can look up that on YouTube. It's great to share. But and you see it, like before I started this company, I thought it, and I knew it, but until working in it, now I realize I didn't really know it. Until now I see the women whose lives are the things that you're doing for yourself, and the stories that I hear from you are absolutely just such an inspiration, because you're using Winnie and Kat as your vessel, as what you can do with your life and how you can achieve your goals. And it's absolutely just phenomenal. And I think that, well, America's built on entrepreneurism, and I love being an entrepreneur. I love being a business owner, and I think that we just have such an opportunity, and you're all doing the same thing, and you're all, for whatever reason, whatever your why is. And thank you, by the way, everyone who shares your why. And if you haven't shared your why yet, you can do so on the forum, and it's it's kind of therapeutic, and you can change your why and talk about your why. And that's a really, once you understand, once you connect with your why and what your goals are, then you will not stop at anything to get there. Nothing will get in your way. That's the most common thread of success in direct sellers, and probably anybody in business, is that you are able to connect with your why. And if you don't know your why, you will find your why. Plant that in your head and figure out your why. Get some help if you need some coaching. You can reach out to us, or even Google. There's so many resources on all this stuff out there now. But figure out, even if it's like a half-an-hour coaching session or something, because unleashing that stuff is so powerful, and you're always going to fine-tune it, and things could change. And Adrian's going to share too. I'm going to put you back on too. And yeah, Adrian, you're back on.
Oh, thank you. I was just thinking about the why, and I just wanted to share, because I'm a huge, you brought up Apple, and I'm a huge Steve Jobs fan. So one of the things that he quotes in his last book was the Mark Twain quote, and it says, the two most important days in your life are the day you were born and the day you find out why. So It's about that purpose. And what I want to add to that is, like Diane said, Winnie and Kat a lot of times is just a vessel. It's the means to the end of what your purpose is. And while that sounds so big thinking, I don't know if you guys saw my post this morning on Facebook, but that's what it's all about, is that, it's all about making it however you can make it with the tools that you have in place. And Winnie and Kat can be one of those tools to help you get where you want to be and ultimately find the purpose or the goal for your family, or, to send your children to college, or whatever that is. But if you don't know why you're doing something, it's going to be very difficult to stay motivated to do it. So I think most importantly, that is why you really want to define your why, because we don't have a lot of time. Our time is limited every day. So if we're doing something, we want to make sure that it is a purpose. And if it's taking our time, precious time that we'll never get back, it is very important to know why we're doing it.
Absolutely. Thanks, Adrienne. Absolutely. Very, very powerful. And and there is that feeling that when you know it, when you know why, really there's almost this just like, like, oh my gosh, I'm going to do this, and I can do it. So thank you, everyone, for joining. We're going to do the call again tonight at 5:45 Pacific time. And make sure your team know about the calls. It's, it's on the emails. I know not everybody reads emails. It's on Stylist Weekly. Make sure that the more we stay connected, the better we're going to be, the stronger we're going to be. So make sure that your team, your downline, or your sidelines, whatever, your upline, make sure everybody knows about the call and gets on the call. And you can also bring people on the call as well if you want to share with prospects what we do. Tomorrow, Adrienne's coming to the home office. Woohoo, flying to LA, getting ready for the retreat, so she's going to be working here, still doing the new stylist training call tomorrow night. Tiff's got her training call on 6 Weeks to Success. This week is customer service, and that's on Thursday at 9:30, this same time, Pacific time. So join that. That's interactive as well. And thank you, everybody. And Anastasia, thank you. Anastasia said it's impossible to give up if you're on these calls. I appreciate it. These calls kind of are an anchor, and I love that we get together every week. And thank you, everybody, for joining. Have a fantastic day. Remember, get your orders in for the retreat and start earning. Oh, and get your go online for the dinner and invite people to the dinner, and get going for Mexico, because I want to see you there. I'm getting ready. I'm already thinking about that beach. So anyway, all right, everybody, have a fantastic Monday, and we'll see you soon. Bye bye.